I'm just still sitting up, so I'm just going to sort my mat out. I hope you're all well. Just leave that one. So, who's there? Who's joining me today? Maybe drink some water. Some water. Come on. That's fine. Okay. So, say hello for there, please. Just one more minute and then I'll be with you properly. Come on, in your bed. In your bed. Okay. There we go. Good girl. Okay. Ah, lovely to see you, Sean. Thank you for saying hello. So today, yoga isn't about being good, it's about trying. So you are perfectly doing the right thing, for sure. Okay, so just sitting comfortably. Okay, so today I don't have a plan. Normally I have a theme in mind or a plan, and I felt quite maybe unsettled, a bit all over the place. So last night I had a good old cry, which I wasn't expecting, just kind of almost came out of nowhere. I think some mixed emotions, and maybe finally feeling the separation of my family, us not being able to be together. It suddenly felt very tangible, and I think because it was a significant day for us and a lot of our friends yesterday. And I think just the loss of that, and then this grief that has been kind of documented, this collective grief that we have about we won't be going back to the world that we had before. And I've been quite positive about this because I think actually not on the financial economic levels, but maybe on a global and ecological, maybe we're really moving forward. But yesterday I was really grieving for just what if something happens. I had this real fear in me. What if something changes? What if we can't go back to how we were? And this fear was just exploding at my eyeballs. But I think I needed to, that's where it needed to come from. That's fine. So today I was thinking, okay, let's just do a grounding session, because I think that's what I need, more of a session that's just a bit slower, a bit more like a hug. And then I walked the dog, the sun's shining, it's a beautiful morning. My sister sent me some really lovely links to some quite motivational people, yogis, and so I was feeling boosted, so maybe we'll do some energy. And then we came in from the walk, and Parker, my dog, had eaten some stuff outside and then was sick on my yoga mat just now. So now I'm feeling different yoga mat. We've cleaned and we're airing the other mat. Now I'm feeling a bit back to I just want to cuddle along the mat. So good job I didn't have a plan, because it would have been out the window because I'm all over the place. So I feel let's ground ourselves and then maybe try to have a burst of energy at the end. Let's just see how it goes. So if you're happy to, then just sitting down, otherwise lying down. If you're seated, so like me, you can put a cushion under your hips if you've got a yoga block or a big book, or sitting against the wall, your legs out. So we're trying to work towards this. But if it's really uncomfortable, it's going to be so distracting from you, from trying to calm your mind. So it's kind of counterproductive. So it's always best to try and get a little bit further each time, but finding that place that's comfortable for you. grounding yourself down. Again, hands can be wherever you want them to be, but just place them deliberately there. And then trying to grow and lengthen your spine, trying to gauge those core muscles, gently tucking the chin into the chest. So we're not exaggerating that, but it's just more so we can lengthen the neck along with the spine. And just allowing yourself to rest in that position. So your shoulders are relaxed. It's a strong and comfortable position, which all our asanas or all our poses should be. And maybe just, let's use the chaos of my moods as our theme. So trying to take your attention inwards and not just feeling how you feel. So maybe they're murky feelings you can't quite label. Maybe it's a mixture of a few. And just being honest with yourself. Maybe they're not feelings you want to share with someone else, but you can just acknowledge them to yourself. Sometimes we feel guilty if we feel sad or nervous, knowing that we're far more fortunate than others in this situation. We don't feel that we have the right to feel that unsettled. Maybe we feel happy, we're glad for the change in routine. Maybe it's given us a fresh start or more time with the people we love. And then we feel guilty for that too because we know that others are going through a hard time. So just acknowledging what you feel with no guilt, no judgment, just awareness. Allowing your breath to deepen. Really trying to expand. Breathe in that new day. And exhale, either through the mouth or through the nose. Just releasing. It can be releasing in a good way, relaxing. It can be releasing anything you don't need to bring with you. Let's try and tailor this to what you need this morning. Maybe you feel energized. Maybe you want to breathe in your energy and you're exhaling energy to everyone around you. So in the mornings I have a yogi tea, and each yogi tea has a little tag with a little saying on, and this morning mine was love your soul. And I think that's what we're going to do today. So however you're feeling, whatever mood you're in, whether you're sailing through this and thriving or whether you're just crying and exploding, just love your soul. It is doing the best it can in the situation it's in. Big inhale, reaching the arms up, big stretch up. And as we exhale, we're going to come straight into a rotation. So bring your arms to shoulder height, looking towards your right side. So you're not looking back at the moment, just looking to the right. Inhale, reaching up, and to the other side. Good. Inhaling back up. Interlocking your fingers, reaching the palms up. With an inhale at center and exhale. Lateral stretch. We're trying to lengthen the left side, but reaching over to the right, but trying to not collapse down into the right, lengthening both sides. Inhale. And exhaling to the left. But you're stretching those palms away from you. Trying to keep your breath steady. It feels quite restricted when we're doing these twists and stretches, but just try and breathe where you can. Gently release your hands forwards, walking the hands forwards, just rounding your back. So you're trying to make your back as long as possible, really rounding down, as if you're trying to get your forehead towards your feet. Release your head. And then slowly inhale, walking the hands back up. Switching your legs if you're cross-legged. So placing the other foot closer to you. Try and ground back down. Immediately I want to lean over to my left in this different leg configuration. So just trying to level yourself off again. The inhale, lifting up. And this time coming into our rotation a little further. So your left hand to the right thigh and your right hand is going to come down to the base of your spine. Inhale up and exhale out. Good. Inhaling back up to center and going to the other side. Inhaling up. Big reach up. Right hand to the floor, so on your fingertips, on your palm, and reaching across again with the left. So if you have space, you could come down onto your elbow, but you want to make sure that left sitting bone is really pushing down. So try to lengthen the left side. And if you can, just turning your chin up towards the ceiling. Trying to breathe into that left side. Inhale, reaching the arms up and going to the other side. So left hand down, reaching across, pushing down with the right hip, lengthening and then taking your chin up towards the ceiling. Good. Inhale, arms back up. And again, exhaling forward. So this time really tilting as far as you can with your hips first. Rolling forwards when you've gone as far as you can, and then just allow yourself to rest down. So if for you that is here, that's totally fine. There is no judgment. We always just try to find our own edge. Just release the head and neck. And gently coming back up. So extending. I'm going to move the cushion from under my hips, but you can keep it or you can move it. And extend the left leg out. So this is one of my favourite little sequences. So generally, whenever I'm needing a comfort session, this one will be included. So tuck in your right foot in, left leg stretched out. So if that's bent, that's fine. If it's more like this, it's all okay. And if you are, you can always just try and pop a cushion to support yourself. Inhale it up. And again, we're coming into a lateral stretch. So trying to stretch and twist us out just to relax. So we're coming as far as we can, trying to stretch with both hands as much as you can. So trying to keep the torso level rather than just curving down. We're getting the movement from the hips first, and then when you've gone as far as you can, just allow that arm to fall. And again, if you can, taking your chin up. So as always, if this is where you feel the stretch, you just don't have as far to go. It's fine. Just stretching down and being aware of pushing this right hip down. And as you exhale, just allow your body to relax into that position. Maybe you go a bit lower, maybe you don't. Either way, just relax into it. And then with an inhale, sweeping that top arm. Without overthinking it, we place, so your right hand is to the outside of the right hip. You lift up, so you can either stay as you are, hips down and stretch, or you can lift up onto your knee and foot and reach across. So just opening yourself up. I really like this one because I feel just opening your body up, quite surrendering, just accepting what you are, opening your hips, your chest, your shoulders, your smile, and gently releasing yourself back down. Okay, so we're going to come into our half Lord of the Fishes. Aren't they brilliant? The names, they're just so wonderful. So, from where we were, you're placing the sole of your right foot on the floor. So that could be inside, let me just shuffle back, inside your left leg. It can be outside the left leg. And you can bend the right foot. So this is kind of the position, but our variations just to make it more accessible to our joints. So choosing whichever one you wish. We're all going to be looking to the right side. So you're going to lift up the right hand and place it at the base of your spine. So it almost works like a bookend to try and keep us upright so we don't fall backwards. Your left arm, you can either hug around your right knee, or you can try and bring the elbow to the outside and rotate around. So again, it's just finding whichever one works for you. If you're feeling super flexy today, you can try and thread your hand in under your knee and bring your right arm around behind to come into that bind. So where are you going to see that best? Maybe this way. So you're threading through, coming around and binding. So again, we do those if we can because it kind of locks us around, pushes us a bit further. But if it means you're coming up off the floor, you're losing the point of the position. So just go into where you can this morning. Inhaling, lifting up, exhaling, rotating around. Try and keep your core engaged so it's not just hanging out on your thigh. Just stay there for another breath and coming back to center. Little counter stretch. So we're going to switch legs. So if you're in one of the other postures with the legs out, just switch your legs over. If you're in this position, I'm going to show you some magic. Are you ready? Okay, so So your right knee's up. You're going to place your hands to the left side. You're going to lift up, allow the feet to swivel, come back down, and now the left knee's up. Amazing, right? I'm going to do it again. So, right knee up, hands to the left side, keep your feet on the floor, but allow them to spin. You come round, and then you land the opposite way. I hope you find that as amazing as I do. Like some kind of witchcraft. Okay, so again, we're going to reverse back out of the sequence. So if your leg was extended before, it's your right leg's going to be extended, your left knee is bent. So over on the inside, outside, or bend in the knee. And so this time we're looking over our left shoulder. So either hugging the knee, or the elbow to the outside, or taking the bind, and your left hand, big stretch up, lengthen the spine, and then place it to the base of the spine. And twist around. So again, as we inhale, we're trying to grow tall, and as we exhale, and to twist around, and try to get those core muscles providing that twist, rather than just heaving on our elbow. Try and use that core. Good, gently coming back round. Just a gentle counter, no magic this time, just a little counter. Good, and so your right leg's going to be extended. So we're not completely reversing out because it's nice to do the fallen angel after we've done this stretch first. So, right leg's extended, left knee bent, foot into the inside. Inhale, big stretch up, big lengthen, stretch, 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 both arms, so your right arm still stretching. So you've gone as far as you can. Try not to curve over, try to keep the shoulders, the chest over forward. Release the right hand down, take the chin up, and breathe. Right, is this the same time we did before? No. I feel like I've looked up at that cobweb before. But maybe that was just the other 27 days that we've been doing this. Good. And then reaching up, left hand to the outside of the left hip, going into your fallen angel again. So your hand is just to the outside of your hip, leaning there, lifting up, stretching out. Good. And gently coming down. Okay, maybe we're feeling strong enough now to get onto all fours. So let's go through some cat cows. Warm up that spine a little more. So hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips, moving with your breath. So with our cat cow, we exhale, turn to round the back. Inhale. Curving the back, lifting the chest forwards. Moving with your breath. Stand as you are, or if you wish, you can move your hips from side to side, sway, really extend it. So from child pose into an up dog. So just whatever your body feels it needs today. So generally as we lift or we open, we inhale. And as we lower or close in, we exhale. So whichever variation you're doing, just do a couple more. Again, focusing on your breath. So the difference between stretching and yoga is moving with our breath, trying to bring that awareness into what we're doing. Just resting down, whichever position you're in, come to child pose and just rest down, lengthening the spine. So just walking those fingers forwards as far as you can. Again, if your child pose is more like this, doesn't matter. Just get to your stretch. If this pose does hurt your knees, what you can do is put another yoga mat or a cushion underneath. That just takes a little pressure off of your knee joint. Coming up, and then we're going to lift up the right arm, big stretch up, and then we're threading it underneath the body. We're trying to bring our right shoulder to the floor, trying to step the left shoulder above. You can bring the arm forwards if you want to, or wherever. Trying to keep the hips square. So again, it's another spine rotation. Good. Bring the left arm back in. Reach back up and release down. Let's go the other way. Trying to keep the hips square. Trying to stack the shoulders as much as you can. Breathe where you can. then gently coming back up, reaching that arm up. And release down. Gently sit back. So again, if you've got a cushion that could stay there, we'll just come into a kneeling pose. So you can come into, your legs are together, or you can bring the feet just slightly wider, coming into a hero pose. So we lower the hips to the floor. If this is uncomfortable, just stay in kneeling, or even bring in a cushion or another yoga mat between your legs. That's quite a nice comfortable pose actually. So whichever one, we're not going to be there too long, but I'm just giving you, today's all about comfort, looking after ourselves, so it's nice to be comfortable. Another big in, big opening up. And then I'd like you to interlock your fingers behind your back. Going to stretch them away. So to begin with, keeping the chin down. So you can really feel a stretch on the back of your neck here. And then lifting the chin up towards the ceiling. Really dropping the shoulders. Lifting the arms up. So again, really open. This is a nice one if you're working at a desk, trying to wake up and open up. Trying to counteract us hunching over a desk. And then gently leaning forwards, only to where you're comfortable, and lifting the arms up. So again, if your arms are here, I'll say it every time, it doesn't matter. You go wherever you can go. Start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. Cool. And release. Give those a little. So again, I'll turn back my listen. Continuity. Tucking the toes under, we're going to come into a down dog. So just gently to begin with, pedaling through. So one heel off, the other heel off. Just taking your time, trying to really find your down dog. So we're lengthening the spine, strong shoulders. Not worried about the legs to begin with. Just really trying to lift the hips up. If you want to, you can just sway a little, so almost bringing your knee to the opposite side, the other side. If you want to, you can rock forwards and back. So again, all of this is really just trying to equip you. So when there's no class and you just fancy a stretch or you're going through a flow, you can just do bits and bobs that work for you. Bits and bobs is actually a term from Patanjali back in 1000 BC when they were creating yoga. And then gently, Flintstones feet, walking your feet towards your hands, coming into a forward fold. Just relax there. Turn from side to side. Try not to adjust anything. So I've got my t-shirts covering my mouth. I'm aware that my little belly's hanging out. Just try not to make those adjustments. We constantly want to fidget. Just try and be still. And then allowing the right knee a little bend. So your hand on the leg or on the floor. Reaching up. Big twist. So you should feel a nice stretch on the back of the left leg, the hamstring, and a spine rotation. And exhale down. So I should say your forward fold, if you need your knees to be bent or your forward fold is like this, doesn't matter. It's your forward fold to own it. We're going to love our souls and love ourselves. And release way down. Slowly, slowly, as if you're stacking Lego, which I'm sure lots of parents probably are. We're going to stack our vertebrae, one on top of the other. So just slowly, 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 you can feel that in your quads. Reaching up. When you get to the top, big stretch with the arms. And exhale down. Okay, now I am going to make some adjustments. I mean, you should really try not to. I've got my headpiece, my t-shirt. Oh, jeez. Jeez Louise. Okay. Let's do some salutations. We're going to shake off whatever we're carrying with us. Dog sick, who cares? That's fine. We can clean the yoga mat. Just get rid of it all, and we're going to give more energy into our day. Are you ready? Are you with me? Crowd go on. Okay, grounding yourself down. Inhale, big arms, open up. Exhale into your forward fold, so just releasing yourself forward. Inhale, halfway lift. We straighten ourselves out. Exhale, we allow our hands to come to the floor. Step, walk or jump back into a plank position. Grounding down through your whole hand, not just the balls of the hand, the whole hand. and then release yourself to the floor. So either knees down or straight down, either way, trying to keep the weight in the hands and elbows by the sides. Untuck the toes. Inhale up. Little mermaid on the rock. Big chest open. Gaze upwards. We are very happy for this Wednesday. Good. Toes under. Core engage, push back. Down dog. Okay. We're going to take our gaze forwards. Walk, step or jump your feet to your hands. Back into your forward fold. Releasing down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale. Inhale all the way up. Big reach. And on an exhale, we're coming straight back down. Second set. Coming down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Step or jump back into plank. And if you want to, that move, instead of doing two, you can just jump back and come all the way down. Otherwise, doing it in two phases. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, push back down dog. So now we're going to come into a lunge. So you can either stretch the leg up if you want to, if you've done some of the other sessions or you know what you're doing. You can do your trio, so you bring your knee forwards 3 times and then step forward, or just from a down dog, you can just step that leg forwards. Might come to here, you might just come up, shuffle off of this. The wider apart your feet are, the more stable you're going to be. So if you want to make it harder, try and get them like you're on a tightrope. If you want to make it slightly more stable, wider. Relax down. So try and feel that stretch in this front leg. Hips are forwards. Inhaling. Arms up. Grounded down through that front foot. Inhale. Allow the back foot to become parallel. We're coming into a warrior 2. So sinking down. So this is taught in different ways. It can be that your heels should be in line. And sometimes it's taught that your front heel should be in line with the instep of your back foot. I'm going with heel and instep today. Another day I might not. So just see, where do your feet go? What feels nicer for you? Be aware of your front knee. Is it in line? Sink in as low as you can. Try and really feel that stretch. So sometimes if you're trying to work strength, it could be that you need to be further up and you can feel that muscle start to really bite. You want to stay there. You're working on flexibility. I want to sink a little lower. Taking your gaze forward to your drishti is on the middle finger. Your gaze of the front hand. Big inhale, big exhale. Inhale, lifting the arms up. Exhale, lower. Inhale up, try to keep the legs as they are. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Good, exhale, back into your warrior 2. Rotate into your high lunge. Hands down, step back. So either rest in down dog child or roll through your flow. And then eventually we all come back into down dog. So we're going to do the other side. So again, you can step forward or do a little trio. If you're doing this every time, try and get that knee a little bit closer to your chest, a little bit closer to the elbow, or a little bit closer to the shoulder. And then we all end up in a high lunge. Again, feel free to move your feet to where they need to be. Ground yourself down. I'm just going to face the other way so I can still see you. Inhaling up into your warrior 2. So we generally call this a full block because the foot's gone 90 degrees. But if that means your hips are too tight and they're pulling out of line, you just turn that in like a little rotor. Big stretch. And then inhale, lifting the arms up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Once more. Inhale. Exhale. And then your warrior 2. Into your high lunge. Hands down. Step back. And then everyone, bring your knees as wide as the mat. Arms at the toes. And rest down in your child pose. Deep breaths. Again, just tuning in with how you feel. So not how you think you feel, not how you should, that blooming word should feel. Just how you feel. Gently pushing yourself up. Cross your ankles. We're going to come back. So this is optional. My little jungle. We're going to come into a shoulder stand. But there are different stages of this inversion. So once again, pick whatever suits. Maybe it's not for you. So just come to lie on your back. Knees bent, feet on the floor. You could bring your knees up or your legs up against the wall. You can bring your legs up. So just watch from the beginning because I don't want you to twist your head once you're in the pose. If you know what you're doing, then feel free to go ahead. Otherwise, you can come into a plow. So we get momentum, we try and hold our body. If you can, you're eventually aiming to get your feet behind your head on the floor, supporting with your arms, or if you want to, you can take the arms away. If you want to go from there, then you can come up, dancing around the pod, coming up into your shoulder step. Try to have your gaze upwards. Try not to move your neck once you're in that position. And you can stay still. You can move around, whichever way, or you can go from one to the other. Whichever one you do, try to calm down as gently as you went up. You've got maybe another 30 seconds. So a couple of deep breaths and just rest in whichever inversion you want. Again, like I say, try to keep your head still. Try to not move your neck around once you're in that position. And as you calm down, gently, gently, come back to the floor. And then we're going to come into a fish pose. So it's just a counter pose. So palms down under your hips, trying to wiggle your elbows underneath you. And then we lift up. So we push into those elbows to lift the chest off the floor. Top of the head comes to the mat, lifting the chest. So we're stretching the back in the opposite way. And then lowering yourself back down. Release the hands, knees into chest. Do whatever you want to. So we're going to finish seated with our arm breath movement. So I'd like you all to come seated. If you really just need time on the floor, then ignore my directions for the breathing and just take the time, lie on the floor, be comfy. If you're coming to seated, you can roll up or you can roll onto your right side and push yourself up gently. If you're rolling, just take a few attempts just to massage your spine. And then eventually we're all coming to a seated position. So again, if you have something under your hips, pop something under your hips. Oh, I've got a nice little thing to read actually. Okay, so again, finding your comfy space. Once you think you're in your comfy space, see if you could be any more comfortable. Is your headband in the right place? The high-waisted still at the high waist and not down under your waist. And then sitting comfortably. Again, placing your hands wherever you want them to be, but place them deliberately. Closing the eyes. Just taking a moment to ground yourself. So if you know the arm movements, just listen to my cues, keep your eyes closed. If not, just a gentle gaze. So we're going to inhale, lift the arms up above the head. Exhale, lower the arms wide to shoulder height. Inhale, sweep the arms forwards in front of us. And exhale, draw them in towards us now. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, down. Inhale, forwards. And exhale, in. One more time, then we'll go on our own. Inhale up. Exhale, down. Inhale, forwards. Exhale, in. And now trying to close your eyes, going at your own pace. I'm still doing them, so if you need visual guidance, then watch. But if you know what you're doing, follow your breath. Going to slow the movement to your rhythm. And just keep going through that. Really opening up as we lift. Exhale, we're stretching to the sides. Inhale, we're scooping whatever we need. And exhale, we're drawing it into us. So if you need energy today, if you need kindness, if you need a little peace and quiet, if you need sunshine, whatever you want to draw into you, try and cultivate that. Just finishing whichever round you're on. Gently resting the arms down, closing the eyes, just gently bowing the head. Bring your internal gaze to your third eye, so the space between your eyebrows. Breathing down deep into your stomach. To a quote from Patanjali. When you're inspired by some great purpose, some extraordinary project, all your thoughts break their bounds. Your mind transcends limitations. Your consciousness expands in every direction, and you find yourself in a new, great, and wonderful world. Dormant forces, faculties, and talents become alive, and you discover yourself to be a greater person by far than you ever dreamed yourself to be. Keeping the breath steady, checking back in with your emotions. And if they're murky or muddled or confused, just know we're going through a great, extraordinary project. Lots of transitions. Maybe we just need to sit back and allow ourselves to become a far greater person. When you're ready, inhale, reaching the arms up. If you're lying down, stretching out like a pencil. Exhale, bringing your hands to rest in front of your heart, bowing your head. Thanking yourself for yoga today. And I thank you for sharing this with me on a morning when I really needed some company. Namaste. Thank you so much. I hope you got whatever you needed from that. But if not, I'm just very grateful to have had you with me this morning. I definitely needed some yoga. So a virtual hug and yoga session from you lovely people is definitely what I needed. So thank you so much. What's tomorrow? Thursday. We've been doing this 4 weeks. Started 4 weeks tomorrow. That's pretty amazing. I don't know what we're doing tomorrow. I'm guessing the universe will just throw something at me in the next 24 hours and we'll find out then. Okay, have lovely days. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.